Well, here's the deal, Pickle. You know, some of you that have seen my videos a couple years ago knew that I had talked about at some point when we got closer to actually achieving the kind of crypto digital asset profits that we all believe are there, that I wanted to start talking about how to keep them. I don't really plan to keep, I mean, I'll probably always have digital assets, but I don't really plan to cash out a lot of it and put it into what I would call Main Street, into real estate in my hometown that is producing residual income, commercial rentals, apartment rentals, Airbnb, that kind of thing, so that I'm guaranteed. So there's just not some, equivalent of a stock market meltdown in digital assets and it's all gone and wiped out. I'm going to take that bird in the hand and then put it into Main Street so that for the rest of my life, I have residual income every month through my rentals. So that's where I want to go now with this channel. I'm going to talk about digital assets. I think Hinman's deposition was denied today, and Flair's going to come out with an announcement in another 7 days or so, which I'm assuming will be a delay. I actually think that whole we need to consider the taxes and we're going to need 6 months to vote about it was almost a delay tactic until they got too much heat and they backed off that. But I just don't think they're ready yet anyway, because I think it's all tied together with XRP and the lawsuit, and I'm guessing that we'll officially launch Flair and their Flair network and XRP lawsuit settlement and all that happen around the same time, and it's going to happen this fall. But in the meantime, I'm just now in the process of, see if I can get this gimbal to work here, of starting a new home on this lot. And I thought I would tell you a little bit, oh, there you go, I'm learning here. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the process. So let's just say all of a sudden you had $300,000 in your digital asset crypto account and you either cashed it out or you put it on a DeFi website and borrowed on a credit line and wanted to take that money and build a spec house. Real estate's really hot right now, and so money can be made. And I think that's going to be true for the next 3 years. So if we could get our crypto assets to mature, maybe we could still build a few spec houses and make even more money. But the process is pretty simple. There isn't anything that I'm going to teach you or talk to you about that you really can't do on your own. Every municipality in the world has owner-builder on their application to build a house and to build a spec house. So the process, let's just say that you just found a perfect lot in town you just knew was a great neighborhood and you want to build a spec house there, and you've been on Pinterest, which I use a lot. I create boards for everything, timber framed houses and barns and sheds, and I got all kinds of stuff real estate related on Pinterest. But let's say you found a house. This is awesome. This is just, I know this would sell well. Well, you find that lot, you buy a lot, you put it in escrow, and we can talk more about that and how that process goes. It has, the type of zoning that it has, and the minimum square footage. Every lot is going to have a minimum square footage that you can build. It's usually something small, the minimum like 800 square feet. The house has to be a minimum, or maybe a minimum of 1,200 square feet. But usually most houses are going to surpass the minimum. But you still got to check that out. But the other part would be now you need a set of plans, so you can put it out to bid and find out what it's going to cost you and do your due diligence and put a cost estimate together. And anybody that needs a cost estimate, just DM me on Twitter. If you don't know where I'm at on Twitter, it's at Venture 2021. Now don't let the 2021 fool you. My account was created in 2010, but my main account on Twitter got taken down because I supported the wrong politics, I guess. But anyway, at Venture 2021, find me there, DM me, and I'll send you a cost estimate that you can begin to fill out. Which, by the way, I have every intention of helping you with anything you need, and I'll answer questions that you have just put them in the video and give me a little time to respond to them, but I will. But anyway, so let's say I'm going to build this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to build a house. Because, first you got to have a goal. And, you've heard me say it, I think, and I know I tweeted it out, but a goal without a plan is just a wish. But if you have a goal, set a plan. And the first plan of attack is to get a set of blueprints that you need. Whether you have them drawn locally, which I would recommend, and or whether if you buy a set online, that's fine, but just remember the set that you buy online, you're still going to have to hire somebody local to do what's called a site plan. Your blueprints will have everything pertaining to the house, the foundation, the floor plan, the roof framing, electrical plan, and all of that. But what it will not come with if you buy it online is a site plan that you need to show your local city the dimensions of the lot, where the house is going to sit on that lot, what your side yard, rear yard, and front yard setbacks are. That needs to be displayed on your site plan. And that's based on your zoning, whatever zoning you have for the lot you bought. And you can ask your city building department. They'll tell you what your zoning is and what the setbacks are for your particular property. And where all the utilities are in the street and how those are going to tie into your house. And you got to show those. So that should have to be done locally, even if you bought a set of plans online. What you can do is go to a home designer in your local town and say, I don't want you to draw one for me, but let me buy one for half price that you've already drawn. Here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, an 1,800 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a good floor plan, one that you personally like. And let them make a recommendation of something that they already have and show you some of the stuff they've already drawn that they'll sell you for $1,200 instead of $2,400 drawing it. So you get your set of plans, and then you can start putting it out to bid. Get the concrete bids, and you just follow that cost estimate I give you. Start plugging in your numbers until it automatically totals at the bottom, and you know what this house is going to cost you. Well, that's cool. But then you also want to compare that to what's the house worth. So you need to start doing some comparables in the neighborhood or in your town of what things are going for. If you know a real estate appraiser, talk to him or call one and just say, hey, what is, an 1,800 square foot house, selling for a square foot? He may say, well, that's selling for, $205 a square foot. And you look at the bottom of your cost estimate, divide it by 1,800 and find out, hey, it's costing me $163 to build this house, and it's going to appraise for $205. I can make some money here. In my particular city, we're building at about $180 a square foot, but we're getting appraisals at $260 a square foot. So there's a pretty good spread there and a chance to make some money. So that would be step one, is to set a goal. I'm going to do this. My very first house I built, I was 21 years old. I drew the plans myself. I have to tell you that story sometime, but I drew the plans myself, and then I set a goal to do something every single day to get me closer to building that house. I don't care if it just meant I was going to drive by the lot that I wanted to buy. And I did something every single day until, next thing you know, I was actually building my house. And I broke ground and dug the footings, and I was 21, and everybody thought I was crazy, and I thought they were crazy for not doing it themselves. They said, you can't afford to build a house, and I thought, you can't afford not to. How are you going to make any money? You can't do it 9 to 5. You can't do it with wages. When you're making wages, you're just trading time for money. And you need more than just wages. So you have to develop something. And real estate developing is the only time, even contracting, building. I was a framing contractor for a long time. I had a truss plant. I've done different things. Even doing that is just turning dollars. Where I've made money is real estate developing, building a strip mall or building a subdivision or building, a commercial building, medical building, something to that effect, which you'll get into. But a spec house is a dang good place to start. So you get a set of plans and you start getting it out to bid, and you start getting your totals to come together so you know if this deal is going to even make sense. And then at some point when you actually bought your property, if you don't already, you can take that set of plans, turn it into the city building department, and wait for them to go through the plans, see if there's any what they call red line changes they want to make. And a lot of times the city will just take and a red pen or red Sharpie and make the red notes on the plans for you. You'll have to turn in 2 sets of plans, and they'll mark both sets the same. And if they're just minor changes, they'll just mark them in red, give you red line changes, and issue your permit. One of those sets of plans that matches the ones they keep in the office. And then you build according to what's drawn and what the red line changes are that the plan checker added. Anyway, you get your building permit and off you go, and and then you start to break ground on your property, which is what we're about to do here on this one. So this particular piece of property, see if I can get this gimbal to work. We're clearing the trees and over excavating, if I can get this thing to work right. Over here in the corner, you can see we had a pretty serious cut. So this lot was about 6 feet, from 6 feet to nothing. So we had to cut that corner down because we want to start with a level building pad, and we'll build a retaining wall in that corner to hold that dirt back up in place. In the meantime, we've got a level building lot here to start building a house. So we've cleared the trees, we've leveled the lot, and this week we'll come in here, we'll stake it out, and start getting ready, lay out the actual house footings. We'll bring in an excavator and dig the footings, and I'll show you that process. So for now, that's an introduction to Spec Home Building 101, when our crypto profits make us crypto millionaires. So I want to be a crypto millionaire, but I also want to bring it home to my hometown and not an online digital product. And I want to be able to, collect rents for the rest of my life. And then if there's still more opportunity to invest in digital assets, I'll be all over that. But no matter what, I want to make sure that I'm making, $50,000 a month in residual income right here in my hometown and various sorts of rental properties. So for now, that's it, guys. I'm going to start doing these videos more regularly. I got really bored with the crypto videos because there were so many people doing the same news that I just wanted to do something different. So this is my something different. I'm going to show you what you can do with your money if you think real estate is a good place to put and park your money long term. I'm going to teach you how to build some of that, because buying it, if you get a good deal, that's all good and fine. But where the money is made in real estate is building it. Going vertical, what we call going vertical. Developing the property from covered in scrub trees to clearing it and putting something on there that somebody wants and is willing to pay you top dollar for it. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and retweet this video and share it with your friends if you think they may be interested in learning this, whether you're in crypto or not. If you just want to learn how to build a house, build your own house, it would be a good thing. We'll follow this house start to finish, and I'll answer your questions along the way, and let's make some money together on Main Street. Okay, have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.